at the trailhead for the Mantario hiking trail, which runs 60 kilometers sort of north and south in the big Whiteshell Provincial Park. And yeah, just headed out for a 3-day hike and looking forward to it. I think we crossed the Whiteshell River here. It's just in its infancy here, so it's not very big. See the burned out trees in the background. It's come back quite a bit since fire. And here we cross the second railway line. This is a little creek coming out of Caribou Lake. This is a Caribou Lake campsite. The trail always goes between ridges and then these low spots. On a wet year, you probably fill your boots here. This year we didn't have a lot of snow, and we haven't really had a lot of rain. So the trail is probably, drier than it normally is. One mile past Caribou Lake, and I'm finally out of the forest fire section of the trail, and we're back into the deep woods here. So yeah, I didn't mind the burned out section there. It's kind of neat. There's just a different kind of beauty, and it's really coming back nicely. So keep on walking. This section of the trail has been really nice as far as walking goes. It's fairly level. A lot of ridge lines like this. We're walking on rock. Well, I got my camp set up here at the north end of Marion Lake. This is the second campsite on Marion Lake. I'm just getting ready to eat supper. Yeah, it's a really pretty place. So this is the second campsite on Marion Lake, if you're coming from the south, and it's really pretty, very pretty site. It doesn't get used as much as the first campsite. It doesn't have really that great places for setting up your tent. I suppose you could set up a tent here if it was freestanding. I don't think you drive any pegs into the ground there. And maybe up here there might be another spot. Nice fire ring here. Somebody left us some firewood, it looks like. That's always nice. Morning, day 2, and hope to do another 12 miles today. Make it to Mantario Lake. There's a nice campsite there. So yeah, looking like a beautiful day. Got cold last night, went down to about 5 degrees, which is unusual for June, but it does happen here in Canada. So yeah, hope to have a good day. Trail crosses this little gully here, and I think there's a little bit of an old beaver down below that you walk on. Then you have to go up the other side. There you can, I'm not sure if you can make out the trail sign on the other side, but it's kind of a nice little area. Stretch here from Marion Lake to, I think it's Peggy Lake. Been a lot on just granite, on rock, so it's quite nice for hiking, easy hiking. Nothing like the Canadian Shield to walk on. It's like a paved highway out in the wilderness. This is Olive Lake. Nice rickety bridge. There's a nice flat spot to put your tent. Looks like there'd be a few more that way. There's another fire pit over there. Nice campsite. The bear box. And if you do a little searching, you can find the privy. For the next mile, I think it is, or so, we follow along the shore of Moosehead Lake. There's also a very nice campground on Moosehead Lake. These two campsites, Olive Lake and Moosehead, are very close together. Lots of campsites here at Moosehead. Really nice sites too. Flat, fire pits, picnic tables. Like here's one. It's a nice site. Nothing wrong with that. This is one of my favorite parts of this trail. I love looking down, overlooking the lakes. For the next section here, we hike up high on the rocks and you can oversee the lakes. It's just beautiful. Mantario Lake campsite. Still a beautiful spot again. I guess I say that about every campsite on this hike, but they are. This is where I plan to spend the night. I've never camped here before. Yep, here's some good places to set up a tent. I think I'll pick this spot right here. Supper today, lasagna. This Mountain House lasagna is awesome. I love it. I just left my campsite at Mantario Lake, and a fair bit of bog in the first stretch. You're probably going to get your feet wet on a wet year for sure. I know I stepped in a hole back there that I sunk up to my knee, but so yeah, need to be prepared for that. This is Ritchie Lake campsite. It's AAA campsite. It's got fireplace, bear box, privy, and even a picnic table. Since Ritchie Lake, I've been walking mostly through the forest, and it's been kind of nice because it's 30 degrees today and the shade is nice. I find the granite rock, it feels like it amplifies the heat. It's like the rock sucks up the heat and just reflects it back. It's really hot up on those rock ridges. So I'm enjoying walking through the forest right now. Oh, I spoke too soon. I'm back up on the rock again. Fortunately, there's a bit of a breeze here. First day on this hike, it was 15 degrees Celsius, which was actually beautiful for hiking. I even wore a sweater once in a while. That night it went down to 5 degrees, which was nice for sleeping. But today, I think the temperature is supposed to be around 30. So, a little warmer. I prefer the cooler weather, but we take whatever the good Lord gives us and enjoy it and make the most of the sunshine. Could be raining. So a lot of times when you're on the open rock like this, the markings or trail signs are just little piles of rocks, kind of keep you in line with the trail. And then you'll probably see a sign in the trees somewhere where you go back into the woods. always find a little, when I'm on the rock, that's where I tend to go off trail, because you know you really have to keep your eyes open to see where the trail goes off the rock. There's no path, there's no footpath on the rock, and so you just have to keep your eyes open and look for the next trail sign. And if you miss it, you just backtrack to the last sign that you remember seeing and start again from there. Better yet, have a GPS. Coming up on Hemingway Lake. It's the last campsite on the Mantario Trail when you're heading north. It's just a small lake, but I think it's got lots of room for camping. Well, another 5 miles to go. Basically, most of it will be following along the shore of the big Whiteshell Lake. The trail kind of pops in and out on the shoreline, then back into the trees. I'm not sure if I would say this trail is well marked. A lot of the signs are lying on the ground. The markers haven't been maintained very well. There's enough there that you know, you shouldn't get lost. But oh, there we go. There it is. But just to be safe, I would encourage you to get the All Trails app and download the Mantario Trail, and then you can use your phone as your GPS, and then you shouldn't have any problems, and you'll stay safe and found. You won't get lost on the trail. I always carry InReach with me, which allows me to text from anywhere via satellite, and also allows me to send out an SOS if I should break an ankle, or God forbid have a heart attack or something back here. And I just think it's the right thing to do. It saves people a lot of worry. They don't have to spend days looking for you if something happens. Saves search and rescue a whole bunch of time in trying to locate you. They can come straight to where you are. Most of all, it just gives especially when I'm hiking by myself, it gives my family peace of mind knowing that I can reach them at any time if I need to. And so these options are available to us now. There was a day when I'd be back here with none of these fancy gadgets and manage to stay safe. But since they're available, I think it's a good idea to use them.